All right, so it says use a calculator to find theta. And then it says sine of theta is equal to this number, round to the nearest degree. Okay. So when you solve an equation, you do the inverse, right? Well, sine has an inverse. So sine of theta has an inverse, and that inverse is sine inverse of theta. Sometimes you'll see it written as arc sine, and cosine has an inverse, and it's cosine. Now, depending on the calculator you have, you'll either have a separate button for this, or you'll have to shift and hit a button to get to these. And the same thing for tangent. Tangent, I'll write over here, tangent of theta. And they're all called the same, arc, cosine, and then there's an arc tangent, arctan, okay? So depending on what type of calculator you have, it can be written as arctan, or it can be written as the inverse. So what I need to do, an inverse undoes what's being done mathematically. So what I need to do is I need to, and I definitely want you to write it out this way. I'm going to take the inverse of sine of theta, and whatever I do on one side of the equal sign, I have to do to the other. And what happens is when you take the inverse function of a function, this kind of cancels with this, and I'm just left with theta, which is good. And then this right here, this is a number. So if you go to your calculator, and if you're using Desmos, you just hit this function button, and there it is, arc inverse, or I'm not arc inverse, arc sine, the inverse of sine, and then I'm just going to plug in the number, 0.7739, close it, and it said round to the nearest degree. So if I have 50.7, what's the nearest degree? 51. So this is, and I made one little mistake. Do you guys see the mistake? Because I rounded, I got to use my approximation symbol.